Hey, it's been a while. And today I want to talk about one of my favorite robot vacuum cleaners this year. This guy. This is the Roborock Q8 Max. And this is my favorite one out of all the Roborock vacuum cleaners that I've had throughout the years. We're talking about the S7, the S7 Max V with the webcam, the G10 with the self-cleaning station, with the mopping. This one just takes the bag. This one just does every single thing almost perfectly. And comparing it to those other vacuums that are actually nearly more expensive by 2 times, this one just costs 1899, 1,899 ringgit. Does this mean that because, those other vacuum cleaners that I've had that are about 3,000 ringgit, more than 2,500 ringgit, is this compromising on certain features? I would say no, because this one actually has features that exceed the current specs that are offered through its previous models. We're talking about something like suction power. This mad lad can go up to 5,500 of PA suction power, along with the same 300 square meter, which is about 3,200-ish square feet of cleaning time and in that surface area. But the real question is this even better than the rest? Because it's much cheaper. So is it cleaning less efficiently in terms of vacuuming or taking a hit in the mopping department? I have to tell you that yes and no. The Q8 Max does a pretty good job, and why I would say that is because even at that lower cost, all the proprietary goodness from Roborock is still retained on this model. So you still got your LIDAR slam sensor, you still have your PreciSense, you got your Vibrarise mop, and most importantly, you have dual rubber brushes, which is totally not what my G10 has, which means this has one extra roller inside, which is just below this red one over here, to clean and handle hair more efficiently, because it's an additional roller brush and taking them out is super easy, and untangling all the hair that it picks up, because yeah, we all shed hair just as much as our pets shed fur. And apart from that is also Reactive AI. So if you're the kind of person that just doesn't want to pick up your stuff when you drop them on the floor, or you just leave them there intentionally, the AI in the Q8 Max will see it and recognize it and will just move away from it. Setting it up is easy too. Just download the Roborock app on your iPhone or your Android phone and start the pairing process immediately. What you gotta do is just press these 2 buttons here for a couple of seconds, and the robot will initiate itself into pairing mode, and you'll be able to see it in the app. But you have to remember, you have to connect to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network, otherwise the pairing process might not even take place at all, because that's the maximum for IoT these days. It doesn't need that 5 gigahertz. The app is pretty straightforward. It just tells you the charging status, any firmware updates is needed, or changing the settings, and also your preferences when it comes to your cleaning and your mopping. So what's important here is the mopping, because this one has a pretty good mopping system. It applies up to 300 grams of pressure, which is just like the previous models, to imitate like a human being actually pressing down on a mop with that typical pressure. And you can adjust up to 30 levels of water flow, customizable to each room, all within the app. Using that LIDAR sensor, it will build a 3D model of that said specific room, where you can see where all various objects are and have a good layout to see where you want it to go. And why I would say where you want it to go is because you can set customized no-go zones so that your vacuum doesn't touch that area. Especially maybe you want to avoid it because you want to have a corner just for your child or for your pet, so that it doesn't disturb them. And also to avoid something like hitting a certain table and fragile objects will just start falling over the floor. Okay, so let's talk shop. Let's talk about cleaning and maintaining your Q8 Max. So you pull this tab from here, which is the back of your vacuum cleaner, and you just pull it out, and you will see a unified tank. So both the dustbin and the water tank is installed here. As you can see, the E11 HEPA filter is here. You can remove this and you can wash it, dry it out, and use it again for a couple of times before you need replacing. So that's still a pretty good plus. And yeah, the capacity is much larger than even my G10. So for the dustbin, it can store up to 470 milliliters of dust. And for water, the electric water tank can hold up to a 350 milliliter capacity, which is a little bit higher than my G10, which is more mop focused. So this implies that, you know, you hold more water in here, you can clean and mop for a longer time. So this is pretty easy. This forces you to clean both sides at the same time. You want to fill up the water again, and you want to clean out that filter and remove all the dust that it picks up. So one time, and that's great. Because the previous models, you gotta lift up the lid, remove the dustbin, and you also have to take an extra few steps to remove the water tank, which is a separate slot. Now, some people prefer that because they prefer to just do one thing at a time. But, you know, with this is just a one-time thing. You pull it out, you see everything, you gotta do what you gotta do with it. All right, let's talk mop. This is a separate piece which you will be installing onto your Q8 Max, just like this. It will slot in pretty quickly. And unlike my G10, which has a self-cleaning station where it goes back and throws all the dirty water away and refills it up again, and while doing that, automatically dries the mop head, which is this. And this one is a little bit different. I guess, you know, you're not relying on a self-cleaning station. You are the self-cleaning station. You better clean this on your own. You can pretty much just peel this off because it's just attached via some Velcro for, you know, replacements. And also, because you're cleaning it yourself, yeah, you definitely need to detach this from your vacuum cleaner and spray it down with water so that all the dirt and grime gets washed out. Let it dry for a bit, and then you stick it back again. It's ever so easy. And yeah, when I talk about Vibrarise, yeah, you're gonna be using the same approach, using sonic vibrations to disturb and irritate all the stubborn stains on the floor to wipe it away. I recommend this to everyone. I got it for a steal at $18.99, and the actual retail price is about $21.99. I know people are just looking for vacuum cleaners that are about just 1,000 ringgit, a few hundred ringgit, but I'm telling you, nothing comes close to the performance and the satisfaction I get from going to a robot vacuum cleaner like this, investing more than double. For $21.99, you get a solid robot vacuum cleaner that picks up all the dust, all the grime, mops every stain away, and has the easiest protocol to clean your dust and water, and also your mop head. So everything is just built into this one easy device. And with all that sophisticated tech, such as using LIDAR and PerciSense to build a model of your house and save several of them, you can start doing all these routines super easily, and including by using voice assistant, because this will tie up with your Google and with your Siri. And you can just command your robot vacuum to clean your house whenever necessary. So even when you're not home, that's why the app is useful. You can just initiate the clean from the app as long as your phone is on the data connection, and of course your robot vacuum cleaner is paired to the Wi-Fi network. And you don't even need to really lift a finger. You just need to come home and just clean it up. If you're really looking for the best apartment cleaning robot vacuum cleaner, this is it. Over 3,000 square feet, it mops, it vacuums, and it's easy to maintain. Three very vital things when it comes to looking out for a solid and good robot vacuum cleaner. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Zen the Geek, and I'll see you guys in the next video.